Okay, hi there. So I'm going to show you how to build the frame, the sides and the back, and your windows for a tunnel book. After which you will cut out paper designs and glue them on each window. So you're going to start. You can use any paper. You can even use, this is just printer paper. If you have nicer paper, then that might be something to consider, like if you have Bristol paper, drawing paper, but if you don't, you can do it just out of regular paper. So to start, you're going to probably need, so two sides, so this is for the two sides and the back, so that's 3. And then you'll need 1, 2, at least 3 more pages for, they fit into these kind of accordion, there's 2 of them. And so they'll fit into those sections and kind of slide in. So you'll need back 1, 2, like 3 other pieces. So you should have enough paper in your supply kit. And if you have your own paper, then you'll need to have at least 5 pieces of paper for just the frame, and then you'll need more for adding your designs. Okay, so moving on. You're going to get one of those pieces of paper, and to create this kind of accordion side right here, you're going to fold your paper in half this way, as accurately as possible, so be careful to make sure the sides all line up, and press your finger. You're going to open it up, and you're going to put each of the corners to this crease. So you're going to put this to the middle, the right side to the middle crease. See how I kind of, where it was folded the first time, I folded it towards the crease, and then the other side to the middle crease. Again, try to be as careful as you can to make it straight. You're gonna open it up and flip it over, and it should be kind of like a wave, you know, like middle. You are going to take each peak of the wave, it's not a real wave, but, and you're going to fold it. So see what I'm doing? I'm taking this, so this is a section, folding it in half so that it meets the edge here. And then I'm going to keep, it's going to act as if it's a wave, so I'm going to keep pulling it towards the left, okay? Or the right, depends on what way you start, but in this situation, I'm going towards the left. So every crease is going to fold over and meet the edge. And then this last piece will just kind of fold in half. It may not be perfect, but that's okay. So you have one accordion edge. You're going to do the exact same thing for the other side. So 2 of those. I'm not going to show you that because you don't need to watch me do it again. You'll just do that one more time, and you'll have 2 of these. Okay? So you're going to set these aside for a second. You're going to get another piece of paper. And we're going to start measuring out our windows, okay? So you're going to reserve 1 for the back side. So just mark it. You can just write back and just label it and set that aside. You're going to get another piece of paper. You will need a ruler or some sort of a straight edge. If you do not have a straight edge or a ruler, then anything will work. Like you could use a book, you could use a piece of cardboard. You're just kind of estimating and working your way in. It doesn't have to be precisely a certain, distance from the edges, but you want to make sure that the windows are getting smaller as they go back in space, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna just use this as a guide for the sides for this first one, and you're gonna line it up with the edge. You'll also need, I guess I should tell you, a glue stick or some sort of a glue or adhesive, a pencil, and some scissors. Important, I should have said that in the first place, but there we go. So you're going to draw a line, use this as kind of a ruler, and on this side we're going to do the same thing, all the way to the edge. However, when we do the top and bottom, I'm not using the whole length of this. I'm going about halfway. Okay, so I'm just using about half. So it's about half the width of this side. Okay? Hopefully you can see that. So again, halfway here. And I've got space number 1. I am going to carefully, I'm using kid scissors, so that's all I could find. I'm going to fold this, but not like fold it so that I'm like pressing down. I'm just going to cut in the center so that I can use my scissors and cut this square out. So I'm going to cut the square all the way out. Might take you a little time to be accurate. Please remember craftsmanship. Remember, it's important that it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be accurate enough to work in the way a tunnel book works, where you look through it and it looks back into space as though you've got a foreground, a middle ground, and a background. Excuse me, trying to talk over my cutting. Okay, so we have window number 1. This will be the furthest window, or yes. And, oops, I'm already noticing that my okay. So now we're going to use this as a guide for our second window. This is going to be the, sorry, I said that wrong. I knew I said it wrong when I said it the first time. This is going to be the one closest to us. And as we go back, it's going to get a little bit smaller. So what you'll do is you're going to use this one. I placed this one over the top and lined it up with the edges. I'm going to use a straight edge and make the square just a little bit smaller this time. I don't need to use these again. I'm going to use a ruler. I'm just going to come in. I'm going to estimate about ½ an inch in from the top and the sides. Okay? You don't want to come in too much because you want to have room for the rest of them. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, like, it doesn't have to be exactly ½ an inch, but you want it to come in enough so that you can tell that this one might be a little bit wider. You want to be able to tell that it's smaller than the one in front of it. So, again, I'm going to fold this so that I can get this started, and then cut this out. And I'm going to do that, cut out this square, make it smaller, cut out another square, that square, make one more smaller. You're going to have 4 windows, okay? So started with this one, and you're going to have 4, and they're going to get smaller as they go. So you can stop the video and do that, and we'll come back and I'll show you how to attach your images to each window.